All right, let's talk about the Caspian Sea, which, despite the name, isn't really a sea at all. It's actually the largest enclosed inland body of water in the world, and most people just think of it as a salty lake. It sits right between Europe and Asia, nestled between the Caucasus Mountains and the vast Central Asian plains, with Russia to the north and Iran to the south. The Caspian Sea covers a massive 370,000 square kilometers and holds an impressive 78,200 cubic kilometers of water, making up about 40 to 44% of the world's lake water supply. The saltiness? Only about 1.2%, which is a third of what you'd find in the ocean, but it's still enough to make you feel like you're not just swimming in any ordinary lake. Stretching nearly 1,200 kilometers from north to south and about 320 kilometers across, this lake is a giant. It sits about 27 meters below sea level, and the mighty Volga River, Europe's longest, is its main source of fresh water, flowing in from the north. The Caspian is home to a variety of fish, with its famous caviar being a big deal, not to mention its booming oil industry. Unfortunately, the same oil industry is taking a toll on the environment here, along with all those dams built upstream. What's really interesting about the Caspian is that it has characteristics of both a sea and a lake. While it's not a freshwater lake, it's often referred to as the world's largest. To give you an idea of its size, it holds about 3.5 times more water than all of North America's Great Lakes combined. Millions of years ago, it was part of an ancient ocean called the Tethys Sea, along with the Black Sea and the Mediterranean. But thanks to some major tectonic shifts about 5.5 million years ago, the Caspian became isolated and turned it into the inland lake we know today. Rivers like the Volga and Ural flow into it, but it doesn't have any natural outlets, making it a completely enclosed ecosystem. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Ownership of the Caspian has been a hot topic for a long time. The 5 countries surrounding it, Russia, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Iran, and Azerbaijan, are always at odds over who gets the rights to its vast oil and gas reserves, as well as its rich fishing grounds. Not to mention, there's the issue of how to access international waters from here. In 2018, these nations signed an agreement on the legal status of the Caspian, setting some rules for caviar production, oil and gas extraction, and military activities, but they still haven't nailed down the environmental protection part. So yeah, there's still a lot up in the air when it comes to the Caspian.